Hello Kickstarter, my name is Josh, I'm with the RP3D team and I've been answering all of your questions on the campaign page and social media about this, the MicroMill. So I thought I'd pop into the workshop, show you a few of the closer details of the machine and we'll go through the workflow for cutting out your first part. We'll be looking at this quite cool little carbon fibre keyring accessory. Let's get started. Okay, so here's my part in SketchUp where I've designed it. I've got something called the SketchUcam plugin installed and running. It's a free open source G-code generator. Allows me to set up all of the parameters for the material and the machine. We're not going into too much detail about it, there are loads of tutorials on YouTube and it will also be covered in your getting started guide with the MicroMill. I will quickly show you the parameters I'm using for carbon fibre though. I'm going for nice and conservative settings for this, so a feed rep just 100mm per minute. The bit diameter we're using is 3mm. We're going to go at 1mm depth per pass. And we're going to go for an overall cut depth of 110%, so we're going to go into the spoil board to make sure we get a nice clean cut. So happy with those settings, we're going to hit OK, and we get this bounding box. Now that is actually the size of the carbon fibre sample that we're using. So on the left here we have the menu for all the tool settings. Now we're not actually going to go into detail about these now, but we will do an inside cut on this keyring hole. One click does that, and for the outside cut, go hover near the edge and you get this red line. One click again, sets that one up. And that's it, that's all we need for this part. So we'll go to the green arrow, export it as the carbon part that we need, and on to the next stage. Okay, so now that we've made our G-code file, it's time to import it into the GRBL controller, which is what we've got on the screen here. This is another free and open source program, and this one actually directly controls the MicroMill via a USB cable. So we have the part in here, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a preview that's loaded up of the part. And that's all good to go. So the next thing to do is to put in our piece of carbon fibre with a double-sided tape on the back, load this into the MicroMill, and then we're going to move the head to the home position to get it started. Okay, so we've got our bit of carbon fibre here with the double-sided tape on the back, so we're just going to remove the backing from the tape and put it in the corner here. Now I like to do it along the front edge and the side edge, push down nice and firm, and then it's not going to go anywhere. So with our G-code file loaded into GRBL controller and the carbon piece stuck down to the bed, the only thing left to do is to move the tool head to the 0 position. So to do that, we use this axis control tab, and using these arrows we can control the Y, X and Z axis. Nice and simple process, I'll show you up close. Just click the arrow for the direction we want the machine to move and it will start doing it. There we are, the bed's now moving along the Y axis. We're going to move the corner up to meet the cutter and it will stop in position. At the moment the cutter is quite a way off the carbon part, so we're going to lower that down. What I like to do is get a piece of the backing of the tape and using my hand on the Z axis lead screw, lower it down just so it just catches the paper there. So it's a little bit of a catch, and then I know it's in contact and ready to go. So there you have it. I hope that shows you just how easy it is to get started with the MicroMill. All that's left to do now is close the machine door and press begin on the computer. We'll get the camera set up so you can see that part being cut out in real time to see just how long it takes. If you have any other questions about the machine, please let us know on Kickstarter, and thank you for your support.